Hello, Doofing coming to you from the inside of GIMP, which is the new image manipulation program. It's like Photoshop. It's free, unlike Photoshop. And what I've got here in front of me is the default template from ED for the P47D. Now, there are many templates to choose from under downloads. There is these textured templates, and we have a lot of them. We don't have all of them, I don't believe, but there are a lot to choose from here, and it's a great starting point for your skin when you make your own. Let's see here. I've chosen and downloaded one for the P47D, and it looks like this. Now, it doesn't really look much like an airplane right now. This is just the front half of the fuselage. And this underwire thing here allows us to kind of imagine where on this airplane different things are. We know that from in-game sightings of this airplane, this checker thing is usually up here on the cowling up front. We know that this looks like the side of the fuselage, and that's the top. And the same here, the top and the other side of the fuselage. You can see the little handles for the pilot to climb in. This is the wing root here. This is the wing root on the other side. This is the inside of the cowling, believe it or not. This is the other half of the inside. We've got our propeller mesh here. We've got the propeller hub in all of its different parts. In that color, we have the front windscreen of the cockpit. We have the side emblems around the surround on the plexiglass on the sliding portion of the bubble canopy, and the rest you kind of got to work out for yourself, but you know, that's what's here. Now, what also is here is a number of different layers. We have, let's see here, under our paint we can take things off. We know we don't want yellow on our aircraft, so we'll deselect that, and the yellow comes off of our cowling. Let's see, you got the black checkers there. You take them or leave them. Got the green overtop thing. We can change that, we can remove it, we can do whatever we want with it. And underneath, of course, is that gray color. If we wanted to make that olive drab, we could do that. Let's do that real quick, actually, just because we can here. I'm going to use my color select tool. I'm going to go to the green inside layer, and I'm going to pick that color. Nice olive drab looking color there. I could adjust that color any way I want. I don't think I will. Well, that much. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the gray, which is the normal silver outside, and I'm going to hit the paint bucket. And now I have an olive drab colored fuselage. That should just give you some ideas of how to get started. The next thing you want to know is that with this here, we want to, say, make the inside of that cowling a different color. I'm going to go with my, what's that called? That is the free select tool. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see better. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to go to my free select tool, and I'm going to select the outside of this. Just real quickly. And people who are experienced at this, I know this is kind of mind-numbing, but I'm kind of gearing this for people who don't have as much experience. I'm going to take my paintbrush tool, and I've got another gray here that I like. I'm going to use that gray. I could use any color gray. Let's see here. Let's say I'm debugging. I don't want it green. Let's make it neon green. Okay, and I'm going to go to my pencil tool. I'm going to make it big. Okay, big pencil tool, and I'm just going to go. Oop, there. Control Z. Now let's go with, make sure I'm on my gray layer there. Oh, that's right, because this has got the green inside on. We're turning that off. Okay, so now I'm going to go there. This will actually demonstrate another thing I want to show here, is that even though this is an annoying green color, there are layers on top of it. And the layers stack on top of each other with the lower layers underneath and the ones up more vertically from there being more dominant, going on top of the others. But I can adjust that to have that on top of my green inside if I want. So I can do this, and I can load up DCS, and I can examine my colors and change things as necessary. And I've been, I don't know, a couple days, 3-4 days on this other project that I want to show off real quick, and I'll post it on the user files. But I've done using this process, figuring out what surface is what on the aircraft. And I have got, let's see here, select the same one over here. This is the same forward section of the fuselage, but I've done up a layer with a shark mouth on it. You can turn that on and off. I've got these colors down here. Let's see, I've got my gloss white undercoat. I've got this, what I call the half top, which is the top section with that darker blue on there, and I've got as my base this intermediate blue. Now what I've done is I've gone through the tail, and I've gone through one of the wings, but I was going to show you on this wing basically how I would do that. Now if I hadn't already done up a color, I would need to use my free select tool, and this is the top of the wing, and I want to take the outline of the top of the wing, and this is the wing tip, the upper portion of the wing tip with the lower portion there. This is the aileron, this is the flap with the underside of the aileron, underside of the flap. That's how that works. And these are my landing gear covers. But what I've done is I've got another color. We're just going to take all these off real quick. These are the different layers, and making them go invisible leaves me with just the ones that I want. Alright, so I have this color, and I want to make it on a layer called top coat intermediate. Let's make a new one just to show. I want a new layer, and I want to make that, oh yeah, I've been using these colors to go with intermediate blue and sea blue. So I'm going to make this color sea blue. I'm going to use my color picker to pick out that color. This was my inspiration for the skin I'm doing, but this is the color palette that I'm using from. So I've selected my sea blue with my color picker, and I want my paintbrush tool there. And I'm going to go back to the wing here. Now I know that that is on my top coat intermediate blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the top coat, and I'm going to make the, oh, hold on, before I get done here, let me make this layer. Alright, this is sea blue. Alright, so in this sea blue, I'm going to make, let's go with that one. Alright, I like that better. Alright, just select by color. I'm going to select this null color. No, didn't work. Okay, let's go there. Alright, select the gray color, or the null color. And what that done is it selected everything but anything that has a color. And I'm going to select invert, so now everything with a color, no matter what color it was, is selected. Now I know I've got some problems here. Take that out real quick. I know that That's not part of the overcoat because that's part of the landing gear. That's my trim tab. It's landing gear cover there. Let me take this less monstrous here, because that's something that I want to be white. So let me take that off here. And this one too. Alright. Careful not to get the wing. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to select by color. We're going to go with the null color, which left just the garbage I left there. Select, invert. Just take care of the garbage real quick. This will become important later. Okay. Try that one more time. Select by color that. Alright. Good enough. Alright. So we're going to invert. We're going to copy. And we're going to go to our sea blue. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take there. Top coat dark blue. Alright. So we've got this still selected, our sea blue. We're going to hit edit, paste in place. Alright. So now I have a layer above the sea blue. I'm going to anchor that. So now that is there. And with that sea blue in place, I can now turn on all my details and start building this skin. I want the gun barrels, I want the logo, I want the inside, I want the dust and dirt, I want the white undercoat, and I want my base color for all these other things. So I've got this ready to go. I am now going to export it. I'm going to export it to a particular skin here. The South Pacific Classic is what I call it. This is my save games, user save games, the open beta liveries there, P47D, South Pacific. This is my wing L, right? And I want it there, and I'm going to export, and I'll replace the file that's there. And with that done, I'm going to load into DCS, go to my mission editor, and I'm going to test this. Lighting test g.ms. Alright. So it's important to test it in the mission because of the lighting. You don't normally get a good picture of what's going on with your skin with this lighting. There are a lot of different lighting effects, plus you get to see some errors that you've got that need to be stamped out. It's part of why you do this. Sometimes you can't see that until you are in the mission and flying it. So let's do that real quick. There we go. Alright, so now we see our skin in flight. We can see it from all these different angles. We can see where we messed up. Like I didn't get the white undercoat on the tail section of the skin. I've got these weird paint bucket errors on the side of the fuselage there. My wing roots are all screwed up as well. A lot of them need to be touched up. Some of my cowl flaps didn't survive the overpaint. But yeah, the skin's shaping up. This is on the 30 early. I've got another one here, the 40. We can see at the crux of the tail where they've got that extra ridge. That's where part of the things you got to consider for the different models of aircraft here. All in all, I'd say this is looking pretty good. I've just got a few bugs to stamp out, do some softening around some of the lines around the different colors of paint, and I will be posting this up onto the ED user files, and I will shoot you a link when it's done. Just one more thing I want to show real quick, and that's out of the game here, so let me exit. Alright, so the last bit of a skin, and it's not covered in the templates, is the description.lua, and you will need this for a skin. This describes all the different things going on with the skin. This particular section has the decals for the numbers as well as the decals under the numbers that takes from the original skin, and it's just it's a mess if you're not really into programming. I would suggest grabbing it from a donated skin. Find one that you like with the numbers that you like and the positions you like, and you can change the numbers if you want. A lot of these things refer to going into the core files for the aircraft versus the skin itself and referencing a file in there. That'll be better people to describe this to you than me. I know that here under the name you will need to put your own name because that's how it will show up in the mission editor here. And the countries, you can either have a specific country or you can have all the countries or no countries. And with no countries selected, it selects all the countries. So it's easier to just take that out of the donor Lua. You will then need to put it in, let's see here, in your livery here. The P-47 gets rough mets, which is the shiny layer. It's got the 4 different files for the for the left wing, right wing, tail, and front section. And I also have a number skin that I can go in and change if I was so inclined. This is a copy of the default white numbers included with the P-4070, and I've just got it in my own directory. I can change these at will. I can do whatever I want to them. Your imagination is your only limiting factor. If you want to change it into, I don't know, Japanese kanji or some sort of alien script, that would be fun. Yeah, just like I said, whatever you want to do, you can change it to whatever font you like. Those Lua files will reference where these go and how they are called in the function. It's beyond me, but that is what you will need for a P-47 skin or any other skin. So as always, let's see, do I have the, yeah, these are the skins from the template. So it does not include the Lua, the description.lua. Thing of note, there is a text that is put onto text files that gives you data or formatting data or user data or some sort of data. With a lot of these text editors, Notepad++ is the one that you should use. It doesn't do that. Get that if you're going to get into skinning. This is the program, and that will not put on that extra data and allow the file to not be corrupted. So happy skinning, and as always, I will see you in a future video. And should you like this kind of content, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe.